The science of decision-making and God's guidance. It was a crisp autumn evening when Emily found herself standing at a crossroads, both literally and figuratively. She was at a secluded hiking trail in the woods, staring at two paths ahead. One was well-trodden, with clear markers and sunlight filtering through the trees. The other was narrower, darker, and less inviting, its twists and turns obscured by shadows. Life had been overwhelming for Emily lately. She had a significant decision to make: accept a high-paying but morally questionable job offer, or stick with her modest, fulfilling nonprofit work. The pressure from family and friends weighed heavily on her. Take the job, they said. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Yet something deep inside her hesitated, a nagging sense of unease she couldn't shake. The cool air carried the scent of pine as Emily sat on a rock to think. She pulled out her notebook, where she often journaled her thoughts. She began jotting down a list of pros and cons for each decision. The logical side of her brain, fueled by years of studying decision-making theories, kicked in. She recalled what she'd learned about cognitive biases, risk assessment, and the importance of weighing outcomes. Stick to the facts, she muttered to herself. The lucrative salary, career prestige, and financial security clearly outweighed the cons. The logical choice was evident, wasn't it? But her heart told a different story. As she gazed up at the sky, streaked with hues of orange and purple, she thought of a Bible verse her grandmother used to repeat. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him, and he will make your path straight. Proverbs 3:5-6. Emily sighed deeply. How could she reconcile her faith with logic? Was it possible to combine the two? Just then, she noticed a man walking toward her on the trail. He was an older gentleman with kind eyes and a walking stick. Beautiful evening, isn't it? He said, smiling warmly. Emily nodded, returning the smile. You look like you've got a lot on your mind, he added, sitting down on a nearby rock. Emily hesitated, then opened up about her dilemma. The man listened intently, nodding occasionally. When she finished, he leaned forward. Have you ever heard of decision-making being like a GPS? Emily frowned, unsure of where this was going. A GPS, he explained, gives you the most efficient route based on facts, your location, the destination, and traffic conditions. That's the logic part. But what if the GPS suggests a route that feels wrong? Perhaps it takes you through a dangerous area or a place that doesn't sit right with your spirit. That's when you trust your instincts, or, in your case, God's guidance. Emily tilted her head. So you're saying I should balance both? Exactly, he replied. God gave us the ability to reason, but he also gave us discernment. Pray about your decision, ask for wisdom. Often God's guidance aligns with a peace in your heart, a peace that logic alone can't give. The man stood up and pointed to the darker trail. Sometimes the path God calls us to isn't the easiest or most obvious. It's the one that challenges us, grows us, and strengthens our faith. But trust me, it's always worth it. With that, he tipped his hat and walked away, leaving Emily to ponder his words. She closed her notebook and clasped her hands together. For the first time in weeks, she prayed, not just for a clear answer, but for the wisdom to see the right path. As she opened her eyes, she felt a deep calm, as if a weight had been lifted. Emily smiled. Logic and faith had finally joined hands, guiding her to a decision she could embrace with both her mind and her heart.